Hello, and welcome to Austin's Series Internet vlog. Today, I want to predict the Emmys for you. I'm horny for awards, and pretty much if it's a major award, I've watched it and I worship it. The Tonys, more than any. Closely followed by the Emmys, which are the TV equivalents of the Oscars. So I figured I would just talk about a few of my favorite categories and tell you who I think should win and who probably will win. Because as we all know, the gays don't get what they want. The first one I want to talk about is lead actress in a limited series. Now this is the award that Jessica Lange won last year for American Horror Story Coven, and she's nominated again for American Horror Story Freak Show, but I'm sorry, Jessica, but you're gonna lose to Frances McDormand of Olive Kitteridge.
What's the matter?
Oh, I need a bathroom.
Well, we'll be home in 10 minutes. Can you hold on?
My bowels are about to explode.
Like, let's be honest here. Olive Kitteridge was a damn good series, and Frances McDormand, what? Like, okay, like, we already knew she could act from Fargo and she won a fucking Oscar, but then we throw her into like a show that she a book that she passionately cared about, and she's just like, she ages before your eyes like 25 fucking years, and you're like, what? That's TV magic, first of all, and second of all, even in the scenes where she's not even talking, she's just acting so strongly, and she's she's going through the loss of her husband, the loss of her lover. She was gonna leave her fucking husband and couldn't because he fucking died, so then she just decides to stay with her husband for 25 more years and take care of him, and then she meets Bill Murray and falls in love with him. Great series, she's great, and she's pretty much favored to win. She already won the SAG award for it, and needless to say, she is going to win this category. I don't think it's even a competition. I don't think any of the other actresses were even close to as good, and I worship Jessica Lange. And for me to say that Jessica Lange is going to win or lose, that's a big statement. But Frances McDormand deserves the fuck out of that Emmy. So I guess that leads into Best Supporting Actor in a Drama Series. And I guess I'm picking the dark horse. But when this episode came out, I immediately, that night, said that Jonathan Banks was going to win for Better Call Saul.
What the son of a... Okay, let's see what you got. Because they took a character from Breaking Bad, which was so good in Breaking Bad, but had minimal backstory, and gave him this heartbreaking, emotional backstory that makes you just adore the fucking character. And of course, we see Jonathan Banks just give a fucking phenomenal monologue and just a phenomenal performance in all of Breaking Bad, for which he was he never won an Emmy for, and now I think he should win for Better Call Saul because he's great. And up until that point, he wasn't really a big character. He was just the guy in the toll booth, and then all of a sudden they give him this rich backstory and this wonderful, this well-written and well-acted monologue, and Jonathan Banks is a badass motherfucker, and he fucking cried. So you can't tell me that the fucking midget from Game of Thrones deserves this award, because he doesn't. The only reason they're gonna give it to him is because he's a fucking midget, okay? You know it. And you little people, big world, my fucking little tiny ass little penis. Okay, the lead actor in a drama series is the other one that I feel very strongly about, and I think it should go to Bob Odenkirk for Better Call Saul.
I thought you were proud of me.
I was. When you straightened out and got a job in the mailroom, I was very proud.
So that's it then, right? Keep old Jimmy down in the mailroom, because he's not good enough to be a lawyer.
Jon Hamm does not deserve this award. Jon Hamm is a great actor. I cannot get into Mad Men. I've heard it's one of the best shows on television. Cannot get into it. I've watched 10 episodes, and I'm just this is terrible. Granted, it's the last time, and it's a cultural phenomenon, and he's never won, so he's probably going to win. Jon Hamm is.
But you cannot tell me that John Hamm is better than Bob Odenkirk in Better Call Saul and also Breaking Bad. He carries the whole show on his shoulders. He's equally funny, and you root for him, and you also fucking cry along with him. What? His speech in Pimento is one of the best moments of the award, of like the television season for me. It was so good. The whole show was great. Like, I cannot wait for season 2. It's well written, it's well acted, and Jonathan Banks and Bob Odenkirk deserve these awards. And I think, you know, they're gonna get trumped by people who don't really deserve them. Like John Hamm, if he hasn't won in the past, do you really think he needs to now? Like, do you think he needs a pity Emmy? No. And I like John Hamm. He was great in 30 Rock. He was great in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I love John Hamm. But he does not need an Emmy for this. You know, he's been nominated countless times and never won. He's lost to Bryan Cranston almost every time. Maybe that's saying something. We're not going to give it to the newsroom guy, Jeff Daniels, maybe. We're not giving it to him. We could give it to Kevin Spacey of House of Cards because he was fucking amazing, but if they didn't give it to Kevin Spacey for season 1, they're not going to give it to him for season 3, let's be honest. Bob Odenkirk needs this Emmy in his life. I want him to have it, and if he doesn't get it, I will... No, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say I was going to murder John Hamm, but I'm not, because John Hamm probably does deserve it. I just don't want him to get it because I don't like the show and I don't like him and the character. I just want Bob Odenkirk to win because I have very strong feelings. Best lead actor in a drama... Fuck me. Best lead actor in a comedy series is one that I feel pretty passionately about. It should go to Jeffrey Chambers. Yep. Lead actor in a comedy series is one that I feel pretty passionate about. I think it should go to Jeffrey Tambor of Transparent. He already won the Golden Globe for Transparent. It's a great show. I don't think it's a comedy, but if they consider it a comedy, then he should win it.
Hello?
Oh, hello. I'm Marcy. Hi. I'm Daphne Sparkles.
I know a lot of people in the LGBT community were outraged that he is not a trans woman playing the role, but he still did it with a honesty and an intensity that really made it believable, and like his character like had such a heart and soul, like even in the scenes where she was a total bitch like to her children, even though she wasn't. But in the fights and in the tears and all that stuff, Jeffrey Tambor turned in this fucking like just phenomenal performance, and I'm 100% sure that the Emmy voters gave it to him, like without a doubt, that it's Jeffrey Tambor's Emmy to lose. Best limited series, it's going to Olive Kitteridge, period.
Are you dead?
Apparently not.
American Horror Story Freak Show was a huge disappointment. It could have been good, but I think their biggest problem is they have so many characters in it that they don't know what to do with them all. Let me see what else was nominated. Yeah, none of the other nominees I don't even think even stand a chance. It's either Olive Kitteridge or American Horror Story Freak Show, and it's not going to be American Horror Story Freak Show because Ryan Murphy fucked it up. I have high expectations for Hotel, but Freak Show, bad. Not good. I wanted it to be good, but there was too much going on that there wasn't a central plot. The Emmy voters aren't going to award that. They've already awarded the costumes and the makeup, and that's good, because those were good, but no. In terms of story and acting, it's gotta go to Olive Kitteridge. The story was good, it was beautiful, the cinematography was beautiful, the acting was wonderful, the writing was great. How can you not award a show like that? How can you not? It's going to Olive Kitteridge, period. Best comedy series is another one that I feel pretty strongly about. It's got to go to Transparent.
Whoa, they look really traumatized.
You don't talk to my children that way. And you don't even talk to my father like that. Your father is a pervert. You are a fucking cunt.
All right, let's go.
Allie, yes, you all need to go.
Dad, don't you need to go pee?
No, I don't. I'm fine.
You need to go.
Let's just go.
Transparent is a really well-written show about a topic that kind of needed to be discussed. You know, now it's more mainstream. But I think it's definitely something that needed to be talked about, and they handled it really well. It's never funny at the sake of the issue. It's never they handled it in a really nice way. So even though the other show that I was like torn about was Parks and Rec for its final season because it's been nominated in the category a few times but never won.
So I'm running for governor. Yeah. Ben is going to be running my campaign because he's a super genius. And he's got a tight, compact little body like a Italian sports car.
But let's be honest, Transparent is more important than Parks and Rec, and I think the Emmy voters will acknowledge that. Best drama series, it's gotta go to Better Call Saul.
You're not a real lawyer.
I'm what?
You're not a real lawyer. University of American Samoa, for Christ's sake? An online course? What a joke.
Mad Men, I could not get into it, but I know without a doubt Mad Men is going to win because it just is. And if it's not Mad Men, it's going to be Game of Thrones. And if it's not Game of Thrones, it's going to be House of Cards. And if it's not... So, I know the odds are against Better Call Saul, but for a spinoff, it's so good. Better Call Saul is well written, well acted, well cast. It's just an all-around great show. And you don't even need... It doesn't even need to be a spinoff, and it's still good. I know it won't win, because Mad Men, House of Cards, Downton Abbey, Game of Thrones, like, it's a heavy it's like a highly competitive category, but my money's on Mad Men, but my heart is with Better Call Saul because it was the standout of the season for me. Best comedy actress, I have so many feelings. Julia Louis-Dreyfus has won 3 years in a row, and I'm sure she will win this year, and she should.
I was trying to use Jonah for intelligence.
That's like trying to use a croissant as a fucking dildo.
But I think maybe it's time for Amy Poehler to win for Parks and Rec.
Pawnee water torture. Drip, drip. One word, and this is over. Drip, drip. Let's see how much we have left.
Or what about Lisa Kudrow for The Comeback?
I want you up on the set now.
You know what, Ron? I was up on the set, okay? I was up on the set earlier, locked in a hot, gas fume-smelling trunk with live snakes. And where were you? You weren't there. Where were you? I know where you were. You were sitting in your chair in air conditioning.
All three of these ladies did superb jobs in their respective shows, and I'm proud of them for getting a nomination. And honestly, any of those three could win and I would be extremely happy because they all three deserve it. But I know I'll be watching the Emmys tomorrow, and I will probably, we're actually going to talk about the Emmys on this week's episode of Morbidly Obese and the AIDS Infested Faggot. So once you watch this, it'll probably be Emmy Day, so then you can watch Morbidly Obese and hear how we react to some of these nominations, because I'm sure every single person that I want to win will die and not win, because God hates the fags, and whatever the gays want, they will not get. Tune in next week.